Yo, what's going on, people? K-Soul's back here with another video. Guys, have you seen what's been going on with this Shannon Sharpe guy? Wow. Today, I just want to talk about this common thing that we're seeing in the entertainment business of men. I don't know whether to call it a shakedown. I don't know whether to call it a power trip. I don't know whether, there's a lot of men that just think that they can do what they want with females. I don't know what it is, but there's a common trend, and I don't know, man. It's like every month we hear someone new has done something to a female, and they've got a case against them, whether it's a suing case for money or whether it's a criminal case. It's just a lot is happening, and I just think men need to be careful. It's crazy. So let's get into it. Okay, so basically, this Shannon Sharpe guy is being sued by an OnlyFans model for 50 million for sexual assault. And originally, they were actually in a consensual relationship until he had a sex tape, I believe, that came out on Instagram Live. And basically, as soon as that came out, she kind of changed up on him. So you could see it as, oh, well, a good role to play is the jealous girlfriend, claiming that there was a time where she was upset and it was non-consensual, and he took advantage of that, apparently, allegedly, whichever word you want to use. Yeah. But what's funny about this case is that the guy representing the girl is Tony Busby. I think that's his name, Tony Busby, and he's known for shaking down artists or entertainers or whatever.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
Let's go.
He recently tried to do it to Jay-Z, but obviously Jay-Z flipped the script. The case got dropped. There was no case, and even threatened to sue him. I'm not sure if he actually successfully sued him, but he said he was going to sue him back. So this guy's known for just pulling out stories out the bag. Do you know what I mean? And using it against celebrities and stuff. So that kind of, in a certain way, to a lot of people, can invalidate this claim, right? But the problem is, I think, and what I want to focus on today is basically, if you give them an inch, they will take a mile. Too much of something isn't good, because think about this, yeah. I think what happens, there's loads of different things that cause this scenario. So one of the things that I would say is when you can kind of get any female you want, or you kind of have that power because you're famous and all the girls want you and all of that, yeah, you tend to lose a sense of reality, I think, is what I'm seeing. In a sense that you might just think, because you're so used to now getting so many girls, that anything goes with any woman. Do you know what I mean? And that will mean you'll be more confident to move to them. You'll be more confident to talk to them how you want. You could even be dickhead to them, because at the end of the day, you're who you are and you got bread and they want that. And if anything comes your way, you've got the money to solve it. So that's how a lot of, I think, these dudes think. They feel like untouchable, and they feel like, oh yeah, they want this anyway. I could get any girl. They're not used to being rejected. So they approach any kind of situation with that confidence, and sometimes won't take a no for an answer. Yeah. In this case, this Shannon Sharpe case, the girl said they used to be consensual, and there was a time he came and she was upset, crying or whatever, and it wasn't consensual. Um, Man, them need to be very careful, because this is another thing that probably happens even in relationships. Like, if your woman, whether it's your woman, whether it's a girl you're linking, if she is out of it, she's upset, she's not actually agreed, yeah, even if you've had sex with her before and you're used to it, that can be seen as SA, yeah. So we have to be very careful with that. And I know sometimes it can seem silly, because you kind of know that most of the time your partner or whoever the girl is gonna going to accept, yeah. So you just think you can take it, yeah. But man, them gotta be very careful. Especially, see, it's quite unfair, because an average guy, it may not be a thing if this kind of thing happened, unless the girl wanted to spite you. And I'm not saying that makes it right. I'm just saying it may not be a thing. Like, but if a girl wants to get something out of this, wants to spite you, um, wants to shake you down, yeah. What I mean by shake you down is get money out of you, yeah. Then this point can be validated, because it can be seen as SA. Do you know what I mean? So man, them have to be very careful. So I think a lot of guys that are powerful or have money, or famous, a lot of them lose that sense of reality, and they just feel like, look, it's me. I could do what I want. Do you get what I'm saying? But no, all these guys, as you can see, I think Diddy's a good example of a powerful man that had the world at his hands. Yeah, you can't just do what you want out here. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's one issue. Another issue is, yeah, that if you're powerful, if you're rich, yeah, people see your pocket, you got dough, yeah, there's so many leeches that are after that. So probably 90% of females you will meet are there for your money. And it don't necessarily mean they're trying to enter a relationship. They could just see you as a trick. They could just find ways to get money from you. Apparently, when this girl filed, I don't know whether she told him she was going to file, or he got information or whatever, but apparently he offered her 10 million. Even that 10 million itself, yeah, to a female that's hustling is worth it, especially an OnlyFans model. This was an OnlyFans model that he was dealing with. Yeah. So of course she's about her paper. So it can actually be a shakedown. I'm not here to say what happened, what didn't happen, or who's right, who's not right. All I can say is that this has been a common thing now, and there are the two main reasons. Like I said, is I think these celebrities lose a sense of reality, and two, um, people are after their money, and however they can get it, they can get it. So whether that's through a lawsuit, whether that's by giving them pussy, like whatever it is, they're gonna find a way, these females, to get money out of this guy. And I don't know which one happened here. I just know that these are both options of why he's in this situation. Do you know what I mean? So, and again, certain of these men don't mind. They understand it. They know the game, but they're willing to spend the money. But the problem is, even if you're willing to spend the money, if they believe they can get more out of you, they're gonna get more out of you. Do you know what I mean? So it's long, man. Personally, It's long, man. Personally, I hate to live a life where just women are just after my money. I'm not gonna lie, like I wouldn't. That's not the type of life I would want to live. I get it. It means you can get any girl you want. It means any of those baddies you see on Instagram or wherever you see them, you can probably get that. There's probably a price attached to them. Do you get what I'm saying? But sometimes it's not worth it because when they come at you, you have to just be very careful. The thing about it is like the more um I see what goes on online, the more unattractive it looks to be famous, a celebrity, all of that because you they have a hard time, man. Like you can't do nothing. You can't get away with anything. Like now you got to focus on like what you say in messages. Yeah, you got to be very careful what you say in messages. You got to be careful what you say to anyone, how you act with anyone. You got to be careful when you organize dates. Like there was another part I read in the Shannon Sharpe situation where she was at his house and apparently he was getting angry with her and or whatever, and she gave her friend her location, right? And then that got him more angry, and apparently he threatened her. Now, some would say, right, that yeah, that's abusive, but then in if you look at it from a different perspective, and I'm not saying any is right, maybe he didn't want his location or the location of his house um baited out to people. Maybe he didn't want it out there. He didn't want her to tell her friend. Do you know, like one thing that we have to acknowledge in America? Do you know how many people have died from or celebrities have died from armed robbery, or they've suffered from armed robbery, or their house has been robbed, or whatever it is? Look what happened to Pop Smoke. I'm not saying there's always females that cause that, but females do also get targeted by gangsters to set up man. So there are a lot of risks involved, especially, and that's not the only risk. There's so many other risks involved if your location has been sent to people and is available. So as a high profile person, I could understand if you get angry if someone's given their location to someone else and that person knows it's you and who you are as a celebrity. Do you know what I mean? But these are things that are kind of inevitable if you do want to meet people. Do you know what I mean? Like these are risks you have to take. So the more I see this, the more I'm like, yeah, this is long, man. This whole celebrity famous lifestyle ain't really the one. You have to be very careful, and this is why a lot of the times I'm talking about how important it is to just find that woman, yeah, and start a family. Listen, look at the Jay-Z situation. Jay-Z, I don't know whether Jay-Z done what they said he done or he didn't. That's not for me to judge. I'm not no judge. I'm not no person in law that's going to make the final decision. All I can say is that notice how strong um, Jay Z stood in that case and how it just went away. And I know partly he's got the bread and he's got that power, but also another reason is he is known to the world as a family man. Yeah, he's a family man, and there's strength in that. He just looks more solid. You don't see him dating different women or whatever. Even if he is on the low, he's basically the guy moves smart. At least if you have that foundation, when you're in this kind of situation, it helps. Do you know what I mean? And even if it's all smoke and mirrors, even if it's all a lie, even if I'm chatting rubbish right now, in reality, I think it's better to just have that one woman, yeah, and live your life. Stay away from all these OnlyFans girls. Like, listen, do you know what the maddest thing is? Is that man them talk about masculine and power, and you lot really think you have power over these women, but you're giving into these OnlyFans women. You're letting them take your money anyhow, and on top of that, they're suing you. But I think wisdom is where the real power comes from, because you can get rich, think you have power, and these girls will just milk you. They will milk you for everything you got, especially in the States. They will milk you for everything you've got. Some of them will play the long game, get married, take half your shit. The others will just play the, pay as you go game, where you just be paying them. They'll be asking for this, asking for that. You think you're doing something where you're paying them, but and if you look at the bigger picture, all we're doing as men, or all they're doing, because I don't do all that stuff, is you're making these women more powerful. That's all you're doing. So all of that masculine, oh, I'm rich, I'm in control, I have the power. No, especially in the Western world, you do not have the power. If you really want power over these women, go back to Africa, even though it's changing there too, or go to the Middle East. Like, no, these women are milking you and they are very successful at it. And if you don't want to give them the money like that, they will sue you. They will figure out a way, will sue you. They are recording all your messages. They are waiting for you to slip up and say and do the wrong thing. Yeah. And once they've got a case, that's you done. Unless you're gonna be their puppy dog. Unless you let them walk you around the park. If you let them have advantage over you, yeah, then maybe they won't sue. But the moment you try to step out of line, once they've got something on you, they're going to use it. That's why men have to be careful. So, obviously there are perks to being a celebrity, getting rich or whatever. But if now, men of the next generation, if you're going in that direction, yeah, be very careful of these women. I think it's better to find a girl that is down for you, that loves you for who you are when you're actually down, and you get rich together. Then you know that she really likes you because she was there when there was nothing. But if you now wait till you're rich to get girls or whatever, or to do your thing, be very careful. Yeah, you gotta be on your A game, because this can happen. This is a lot of cases are coming out now, um, and not only that, like, these things affect your image. Shannon Sharpe, he's former NFL player. He's got that podcast show that he has that is killing it. Cat Williams went on that show and it done huge numbers, and it always does numbers. Like, but now he's got this thing on his head. I'm not saying it will affect his career, but it's taken a lot of man out. It's affected a lot of careers, those kind of labels, essay, grape, all of that. It affects people's careers. That's what I'm saying about the power. They can turn your whole shit upside down. Yeah, if you're not careful. That's why men have got to be careful, man. It's crazy out here. Another thing I want to address that's connected to the situation is they say he's 54 and she was 20. Like, these older men got to allow it. Like, that difference is crazy. 54 and 20, that is crazy. She could be his daughter, yeah. So that's already mad, and it just lands you in. It puts you more at risk for these claims. Like, these older men have to realize, like, especially in the Western world, you just put yourself at risk for these kind of claims. That's one. And two, like, I don't get it, because personally, yeah, I think that, I guess if she was 30, it wouldn't be too bad. As a 50 plus year old man dating a 30-year-old or even a 40-year-old, okay, they may not look as fresh as the. Actually, if you're like, I've seen women in their 30s that look fresh. Like, I don't know, maybe it's my taste. I like a bit of me. I like women, like, you know, women like shaped like a woman, not too skinny, but shapely. Do you know what I mean? But each to their own. Maybe he just likes that new. I feel like when they're 20, they've just got that new body that's turning into a woman's body. So I just reckon that as a 54-year-old, it wouldn't be so bad if your limit was 30, or you're going for 40-year-olds. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. So I can agree, because I've seen a lot of comments on this as well. I can agree with some people that are looking at it like it's wild, yeah, that he's going that young, yeah. But what I've noticed with a lot of women in comment sections, or let me say feminists. These women have so much smoke for people like Shannon Sharpe and a lot of the other guys that are older and been dating younger women. But no one had any smoke for Tracy Ellis Ross, who recently did an interview on Michelle Obama, stating that she likes to date younger men. Yeah, no one had that smoke. To me, across the board, I think is a madness. I think let's have limits on ages that when it comes to people dating. That's what I think. It's not just when it's men, it's a bad thing, and when it's women, it's not. Or it's giving cougar energy. It's encouraged. It's like, do you know what it is? It's because us men, we don't care. Like, and actually, the females are joining us. The women are joining us because these younger women, these OnlyFans models that are in their 20s, they are looking for them men. Like, those men are not just doing things themselves. They're not just the ones um being predators. These younger girls are also being predators too. They are looking for the next man they can get money out of. And you're most likely going to get money out of an older man because he's lived more life and he's probably got more money than a younger guy. Do you get what I'm saying? So, to be honest, everyone just needs to calm down. Like, I think older women need to stick within their range. Older men need to stick within their age range as well. Like, that's what it is. But we all know that's not gonna happen because the ripe and fine women and maybe men start from their 20s. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's just the way people move. But I just don't like it when I see so many women going at a man, an older man, for dating young, but have no smoke for a woman. It's very hypocritical, and you know what I'm saying? It's not just one rule for one gender. That's how I see that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.